Good morning and welcome back to our channel. I say our channel because we kind of resonate on certain things. We experience things together, and I try to not make this about me. So I have some interesting information for you. And this comes with a lot of study. First thing, this is the DSM-5. A conscious and comprehensive guide to psychiatric diagnosis based on the DSM-5. Now, this isn't to put labels on people, but it's to help understand the awareness of self and what you may be dealing with. I got this because, one, I'm interested in psychology. It helps me evaluate my life. Like right here I put, therapy is for me to become and maintain a healthy person, one who does not hurt others. That was just a side note I jotted down. So, this morning, and it's just easier for me to journal when I talk to what I believe God to be. And there's been a lot of warnings coming to me recently. But also I had to see my own part in these things. I truly believe that influence fuels so much of our society to where I try my hardest not to be in that they or them against me or them against us or things like this, right? Because I feel that comes from too much influence. But for reasons being, I ignored many signs. Each time I set a boundary, I started to realize. Now, my children taught me this. My children have children, babies now, right? And when my first child had their baby, they had to set boundaries because it became exhausting. There's many people who wanted to see the baby, and they still had work life, home life, food, family life, love life, and rest. And I started to see that when they were setting boundaries, even I at first was like taken by surprise, like, whoa, what? So they helped me learn to set boundaries. But it took a while. I thought I was setting boundaries before, but I wasn't. I was running to anyone at any time, picking up every single text message as soon as it came through. I wasn't setting clear boundaries. When people start setting boundaries, it arises anger. I noticed many friends, many people, many even just acquaintances despise personal boundaries. They take it as a threat or that you're going to do something wrong to them. This is from insecurities. But this, I had to remind myself, I am not a victim. Where is my part in this? We're never a victim. We play a part. This is why the fool in ancient times, the jester, was such an important role, because he snapped the royalty out of their ego, and also the common folk out of their ego, by displaying the ridiculous traits, showing that neither or no one is a victim. Mostly we deal with two different things in life: codependency or narcissism. Codependency is the need to feel liked, loved, and narcissism is developed when a person has never been told no or had to face their own faults. I mean, there's a lot more to it. I mean, I studied narcissism for quite a few years to understand my own narcissistic traits and learn about my codependency traits and stop calling myself a victim, which is very narcissistic in its own, but we don't realize that until not only therapy, but study and practice as well. Many times when you set boundaries, you'll find people trying to pull you in to senseless fights. Right? This can hurt, because you really do have feelings for people, and you don't, again, you're not trying to abandon anybody, and you're not trying to attack others, especially when you can see through the misunderstanding. I didn't want to believe that there is a day. This is me talking to God, my beliefs of God. I wanted to believe there is only misunderstanding, because I know that in your eyes, what I believe to be God, within, without, everything, all are loved. I didn't want to judge any other. But now I see your love is for you to love, to give to others. Your lessons are for me to know that you love me. Self-loving self too, spirit. I don't even try to explain anymore, because you have to, there's no way to explain it until you actually understand it. I appreciate your guidance. Wait, what was I? I didn't want to judge any other. But now I see your love is for you to love. Your lessons are for me to know that you love me. I still don't believe anyone is bad. I've seen the hurt that fuels wrong actions and behaviors. But only you can heal anyone. And I am to step out of your way, because I am only a man. Connected to spirit, yes, but not the spirit in whole. Only spirit can help anyone, just as only spirit was able to help me. Thank you. So what this was about is like, let's just say when I was on drugs, right? Everyone could tell me that it was killing me. But I had to want to change, right? A person has to want to change. That is spirit working inside of them. So, calling myself a healer and thinking I could fix everyone was a narcissistic trait. because I know this. I know that no one can make anyone change unless it comes from within, or heal. I let's take the word change away. Heal, because it has to come from within. I know when I gave the call to heal, every little toxic flaw that I possessed was mirrored to me everywhere, through television sets, through the radio, through people I met on walking in the park, walking in nature. There was no escape. You are under the fire. Everything that you've ever done that you didn't realize, mind you, awareness was not, you were blind to it, was like a pinball game with 1,000 balls constantly mirroring in front of me, until I started to do something about it. Because I did make the call to heal. I asked for it. I remember one time I was watching the show Lucifer, and I had just finished making a YouTube video. And the first thing I heard Lucifer say in there was like a pun towards what I had just done. He said, I don't remember word per word verbatim. I'm just gonna say it how it made me feel. One of my toxic traits is to call people out on YouTube and pretend I'm exposing some kind of truth. But in reality, it was just supplying a high. This isn't healthy. So I had to turn YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, anything that would pacify my behavior, support my toxic energies. And I started working on things that cannot reward me until a long period of time. Growing fruits and vegetables, growing pot to make it fun, fermenting fruits into wines, then distilling wines, following the moon, offering appreciation to things that could never reward me. Eventually when it's grown, but during the process, you don't get the attaboys or, the ego fluff. Today is 5/20/2025. If you add that up, 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, there's 2 to 2. Plus 5 equals 16. 16 is a tower card. Releasing old beliefs after sudden realizations. 1 plus 6 equals 7. The Chariot card. Having faith in oneself and calming your own impulses to concentrate your energy towards a goal. Tuesday, Mars. Mars in Leo, first house. Proactive, action-oriented, and potentially aggressive. Personality. Strong sense of self-confidence and an urge to stand up for oneself. Shadow sides of this placement. Narcissistic traits may amplify. A good way to handle this balance between confidence and narcissism is to question yourself before accusing others of abuse towards you. There is no they unless we are engaging. Engaging includes us in anything we feel is opposing us. Third quarter moon in Aquarius. A time for release and setting new intentions by studying your patterns in order to stop repeating them. So, I have a pentacle for us too that came out in the shuffle. So let me pull this out first off. Okay. This is an expensive deck because it's not a card deck. It's not a tarot card deck. It's the Seals of Solomon magical cards, right? These are consecrated energy, and if used correctly by learning them in many, I've studied many different books on these seals. This is the one I find the most helpful and beneficial, but they're all very good. It's not just about flipping them. I spent a few years working with them. This meant drawing them, consecrating them on metals with incense at the perfect hours, at the time of day of each planet. Learning the lettering in Hebrew around them, learning why specific. This book can help you learn all that. Once you have them, and you've studied them, and you've learned them, and you're able to understand them on a greater level, they can be a beneficial impact to your life, along with your mental reflection, understanding yourself, the universe, others, and your connection to it all, and trying to live a better life where you're not hurting, causing harm to others, then they can be very powerful tools. Now, they can be very powerful tools in the opposite direction too. And you can learn very quickly that the universe doesn't particularly care which way you use them. It's you who must live with the regret of your actions if you use things in negative ways. They will come back to you. Today we have the Angelic Iron Cross, seventh pinnacle of the sun. Whenever we feel imprisoned, where does that come from? That comes from the mind. We are trapped in our own thoughts. Our beliefs imprison us. Our beliefs, yes, come from influence, mass public opinion, political and religious views, feeling grandiose or better than others, feeling that we're codependent and victim mentality. All of these things come from our mind. One thing I've learned in these past 10 years is that anything used to attack me or upset me or trigger or any of these things is all in how my perception chooses to respond or react to it. So we have the authority to choose not to react in ways that are harmful for ourselves, fear and victim mentality, codependency, or harm to others, grandiose, feeling higher or more entitled to things than others. So it's always up to you how you choose. So this is about freeing people from imprisonment. The incantation is, "You have freed me. I will offer thanksgiving sacrifice, and I will call upon the name Hashem," which is just a Hebrew word for God. Mind you, they're all just words for God. Just like your name is whatever, right? Yet you are a part of Earth, right? You're a person of Earth who is animated and brought to life by the spirit of the universal consciousness, right? The same thing that does the Fibonacci, makes plants grow, planets spin, suns burn, stars shine, air, is also a part of you. But you call yourself a name. So are all the names of God in every different belief. So there's no point in fighting over it. Honor that it is the similarity amongst all people on earth. If by any chance a person feels imprisoned or detained in fetters of iron, at the presence of this pentacle, which should be engraved in gold on the day and hour of the sun, he will immediately be delivered and set at liberty. So, I know gold's expensive, so you can also draw this pentacle with a gold paint marker. On Sunday, I forgot the hour of the sun. These practices basically, on the day of the planet, Sunday morning, within that first hour of when the sun comes up from the horizon, that would be the day or the hour of the sun on Sunday to paint this in gold and consecrate it with herbs of solar, like, dried sunflowers, copal. There's so many options. I'm trying to funnel them. Just figure it out for yourself. Anyways, I wanted to bring this to help set your minds free from anything you feel imprisoned by. And now I can leave this out. And now let's pull some cards. Sorry, my OCD wants all the books to be straight. Okay, so we're gonna start with the guidance of the angels. Ooh, judgment, there is a wake-up call coming. Judgment is waking up after a harsh, brutal purification through fire. Dream time. Today, this is telling me about rest and dream. I know I've even seen and heard many people mistake the energy of rest with laziness. But if no one understands what you have been through on your journey, they do not understand why you must rest at this time. There could be a lot of spiritual help in your dreams. Both of these cards are suggesting rest. Rest could also mean, like, yesterday I just completely, permanently deleted my Facebook because it's a poison to me. There's so many beautiful things about it. Amazing times shared, connections with friends and family, and seeing pictures of my children and my grandbabies and my brothers and sisters and friends that we come together and do beautiful things. But then there's the opposite side. The addiction to negative energy. Trying to bring everyone into fights just for basically what people are avoiding. And so I just said, to hell with it, I'm done. The Sun card. The angels are bringing positive enlightenment to you through these cards today. Strength. You're being called to a time of patience with yourself. What did we see with the Mars energy? Today's a good day to, and it's in Leo. So yeah, strength card, Leo energy. Today is a day to temper your impulses. Impulses are not only reactivity to negativity, hostile, beast, things like that. It's also those things that incite so much joy inside of you that you may leap out of joy without seeing the warning signs and knowing how to navigate. So curb your impulses with ease. Be gentle on yourself. Maintain your composure. The World card and the Five of Swords. So you're curbing your impulses and energies by taming yourself. By taming, we can only work on ourselves, right? So by taming ourselves, it is a reflection to tame anything you feel is opposing you and wrap up a very long cycle to feel renewed and freedom again. You are connected. Oh, that was it. You are connected. The element, some of these are so blurred I can't read them anymore. Dreams can come true. So temper yourself, because not only was there a lot going on, there is a very large dream coming true for you. Something you've put a lot of study, practice, dedication, and hard work into. The World card is complete. A graduation ceremony. And as you're ready to move into this next chapter of your life, it will require you to concentrate on yourself. And don't lose track of what's right, okay? This is, doing what's best for you in a situation that was not healthy. Look in this card. This smug look on this person's face This person back here is crying in tears, and this person looks lost, but they're all walking away, separating. There's swords on the ground and swords in your hand. You may have been battling with things that were constantly conflicting to the mind. So now is the time to put things down and focus on working on yourself. What is a better position for your mental health? Oh, you're stepping in a time of generational wealth, financial security, prosperity on all levels, being able to afford the nice things in life. And this is coming with a very wise, mature, and healed understanding of self. You're empathic, which to me, every time I feel that I'm calling myself empathic, I wonder if that's not also narcissistic in its own nature. By saying I am an empath, I end up absorbing energies of people. That makes me feel like I'm putting myself in a more grandiose perspective than other people, when in reality, the energy I'm consuming and being overwhelmed with comes from not clearly stating my own boundaries. Like, I'm not okay with that. Instead, you allow it to come, right? But that comes from a very caring, nurturing type of mentality. This is, you're stepping into the good life, like a good, financially secure life, where you can be more choosy with your emotions, right? You don't have to share them with everyone, and you don't have to take on everyone's emotions. Sun card. Now, as in all things, you're going to have to put in the effort. Nothing is free. But this effort, you're going to see the light in, because you're actually mastering something. You're actually putting in the fine details. You're given the time needed to work on the details, so that when you're done, you're not... If you try to produce something and you place it out too early, you will not enjoy the benefits of your work, because you will know that it is not perfected by yourself. You did not take the time to dot the T's, cross the T's, dot the I's. You will know that you made something that has flaws in it, that may break, and this will be a stress on you. So take the time, pull back. While you're pulling back, put the effort into something you want to prosper from, because you're prospering anyways. I'm just reminding you, this is already happening. You have already done the work, but since you're taking the time out right now, doesn't hurt to go over it. Final call before you're ready to produce it. There's going to be a private meeting, and this card, there's a private meeting where you might even have to disguise yourself. to find this opportunity. But even in disguise, there is someone lurking in the background. So this card is really telling me that as you pull away to master your craft, you'll be working with somebody very private, very secretive about their investment in your work. But as of all things, there is somebody looking to make a knockoff version of what you're building. So just be aware of that, and you don't have to live in the us versus them type of mentality. You're releasing obsessions of devil card energy. So what this whole withdrawal and put in a little more effort is bringing you to is you've been controlled by everything, controlled by other people. That control of yourself has made you a very controlling person. There has been obsessive behavior going on, addictions, this could possibly mean very taboo sexual addictions or mentality, or somebody was controlling you with sex or whatever. You've broken free from it, but you need to be aware of it. Remember what I just said. Being controlled by others has formed you to be controlling towards others as well, right? We're never a victim. So the good news is you've broken free from this type of energy. And because of that, there is good news bringing truth coming in very fast. Some very honored decisions that you have made have sent a messenger of light and truth to come in to speak to you. This is all about communication. You'll be receiving honest answers that are very direct by someone who is a great influencer, or they could be teaching you how to talk better to become a great influencer. Listen to this person who comes in. They know what they're talking about, okay? And they see that you've broken free from the toxic chains that were binding you. Remember, self-imprisonment. You put them chains on yourself. Even in this card, if you look, they are fully capable of removing those chains, but they don't want to because they feel the obsession to the temptations around them. Enlightenment. Total happiness is the outcome of this. So let's pull some from the sage within, your inner shadow. Shadows are not bad things if you become aware of them and bring light. Temperance. Trust that all things are being worked and filtered for clarity. The paradox of this reality is that it's not only being filtered for clarity just for you. It is for the highest outcome of all. Even those who would call you or you would call enemies are on a path of healing themselves from constricting obsessions. There is no enemy. Even in believing in monsters and demons, those are projections of your own unconscious fear into a manifested form that spirit is showing you. Be authentic. Live by your heart. And again, divine messages coming in. These are probably going to be divine messages on, like, okay, so the divine can use people as angels, right? So understand that the energy of what we would call an angel is being put into this person bringing you this truth very quickly. Divine messengers come in human form as well. But I just heard, but they don't come in forms where they say, I am Archangel Michael and I am here to give you a message. They don't do that. But even saying that is a form of projection, and I'm sorry. You work well with others, and you have a very strong craft in something that is developing or has developed. This skill you are going to see is helping you create a new world, your world, by getting paid for whatever skill you are doing. This is also maybe something you don't even realize you're doing, right? You're just plucking away. Oh, I'm sculpting, blah, blah, blah. I'm enjoying this, right? Because you're not doing it for that purpose. You just do it because it makes you feel good, right? Others see that, and this person wants to come in and provide a collaboration contract with you. Again, this will be coming into you very soon. Divine messages about your work. Again, remember before you sign the contract to calm your impulses so that you can properly overlook the details. And if there's something you don't agree to, say, no, I'm not okay with that. Remember, this is divine information, so a divine contract will work with you. And if a flawed contract tries to represent itself, know that if you state your boundaries, no matter how upset they get, your divine contract will be on its way. So never agree to something you're not ready to take on. Okay. Okay. Yes. You're going to have to defend yourself, because this is long-lasting prosperity. And what nobody sees is the extent of the work and suffering and hurt and loss and hard work, starting all over from scratch again. Blueprints, studies, collaborations, learning from others. So when you do get this contract, be aware that there is going to be people coming after this energy. They don't know what it took you to get here. So stand your defense, stand in your authority. Be like, no, I fucking deserve this. Whatever comes at you is just coming from broken-hearted energy, right? And it will break your heart too. It's a painful insight to see this. You're not a person, we've already seen, you're not a person who is just cold and brash, arrogant. So even though you're standing in your power, defending your position with home, family life, security, monetary gains, your work, your effort, hurt people coming to hurt you still hurts within. You still carry the painful insight of this. Remind yourself that these are just thoughts. Understand that whoever comes at you is just hurt within. And you can still love someone even if they're hurt. And you have to stand your position. Nine of Cups and Knight of Swords. So again, Knight of Swords, this time coming in with the Nine of Cups. The fulfillment and happiness, abundance is coming in very fast. This person, I would expect this within the next couple of days, weeks, the very most, maybe a week. You're going to feel satisfied with what you trusted within to follow. Remember, Nine of Cups came here by following the intuition, the intuitive call of the Eight of Cups to go in search of what was missing. Well, now what was missing is coming to you because you learned that what was missing was within self, right? So when we love ourselves, the universe brings in the fulfillment that we thought we were missing in the first place. Love yourself, and those with loving themselves, nature come in, like attracts like, and the world becomes a happier place. This is coming with an end of a you've come to the end of your rope in a situation. You're ending this ego death, allowing whatever from the past hurt you go to spirit because you're being suffocated. Suffocated by betrayal. Maybe you had people who backstabbed you in the past. Who knows? Who cares? Right? Who cares? Let's remove that us versus they. Let's free your mind from imprisonment. Once the ego has released the hold onto the pain, the healing comes. You find the healing within. So I've been hearing in my mind for the past, week or so, good things come in small packages in my mind. And I'm like, that's odd that song just out of the blue on repeat just keeps playing. So today when I pulled my runes, Gable, the gift, novelties that will fulfill your needs. Raido is en route. Good things come in small packages. It's a fortune cookie this isn't just runes, it's a bag of magical things. And it says, some of the best things truly do come in small packages. Number 7, 18, 49, 59, 65. And there was a penny. So it may not be $1 billion. but it's definitely going to help. If you're watching this, you're a person of appreciation anyways. $5 is helpful. You know, like whatever is helpful is helpful. Appreciate the blessing that's coming into you, because you are stepping into a time of long-lasting happiness, financial stability that you can pass down. And it came from a long journey of pain and suffering. But you work through it. This pain and suffering isn't that woe is me type shit. It's that, man, nothing knocked me down. Even when it did, I got back up. So it's not woe is me victim mentality. It is something that you fought, worked, studied, practiced, observed probably your entire life. So congratulations on your work. And that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, this is our channel. I wish you well, and I see you have well.